reported today in The Verge. Ted Cruz now has an impeachment podcast, too. Impeachment podcasts are the hot new thing in podcasting, and now one of the actual impeachment jurors is getting in on the boom. Senator Ted Cruz, RTX, launched a podcast today called Verdict with Ted Cruz, in which he sits across from a stupendously softball interviewer. "You are not only a senator, you are a constitutional lawyer, one of the brightest legal minds in the country," and opines on the day's impeachment proceedings. It sounds as though Verdict will be publishing daily throughout the trial. Cruz said today's episode was recorded shortly after he left the first day of Senate proceedings, bringing him to the podcast studio at 2:42 a.m. ET. "Episodes will be recorded as soon as I leave the Senate floor," Cruz wrote on Twitter. With the immense interest around President Trump's impeachment proceedings, many podcast studios and news outlets have found impeachment shows to be a quick way to build an audience. The audience built up on those podcast feeds will remain even after the proceedings end, and networks may be able to later redirect listeners to new political shows. Verdict gives Cruz a way to tap into that interest and offer what will certainly be a more slanted take on the day's events than a traditional news podcast might. So far, the podcast has 879 subscribers on YouTube. It's also available on Spotify, which doesn't provide subscriber numbers. For more on this story, visit the news article link.